Hello and welcome to The Trade. Before we get into the technicals, let's have a quick look at what traders are watching. And US right-wing activist and commentator Charlie Kirk, who's an influential ally of President Trump, was fatally shot in the neck on Wednesday at an event at a Utah university in what the governor of Utah described as a political assassination. On Wall Street, Oracle shares surged about 43% to a record high, putting the company on track to join the elite trillion-dollar club and propelling co-founder Larry Ellison closer to the top of the world's richest list. And the European Central Bank is expected to leave interest rates unchanged later today as inflation remains in line with its target, but a fraught trade and political outlook means it will keep alive the prospect of further easing, the ECB halving its key rate to 2% in the year to June, but has been on hold ever since, arguing that the 20-country Eurozone economy is, quote, in a good place, even if more easing can't be ruled out. Let's dive into the charts that matter with Peter Pan from ACY Securities. And of course, we've been watching very closely what's happening with gold. Peter, what are you seeing in terms of the record run here?
So recently, the gold price has keep hitting new highs. In the global market, the ratio of long to short bets is now about 8-1, showing a very strong bullish trend. There are many long-term drivers, like Federal Reserve Governor Cook was removed, which reduced the overseas demand for U.S. Treasuries and U.S. dollars. And at the same time, UK and French bonds were sold off last week because of unsustainable fiscal problems. These events increased the safe haven demand for gold. And in addition, we have seen the war in Middle East and Ukraine is still going on, which also gives strong support to gold. And in short term, like yesterday, someone called Charlie Kirk, a very close ally of Trump, was shot dead at event in Utah. This highlights the unsustainable U.S. political environment, and political violence may cause deeper division in U.S. society. And at the same time, large scale of immigration deportations continues. All those factors support higher gold price. And for now, gold is seen as a safer asset than the global bonds. So from technical side, the advanced Bollinger Breakout Index still showing a bullish pattern. Until a clear downside break happens, we keep a positive outlook on gold. For entry timing, it is better to wait for an upward break above 3,655. You need to watch closely for the U.S. inflation data tonight, especially if it comes in above 2.9%. In the past 3 years, when the inflation was higher than expected, gold has a 70% of falling in short term. However, high inflation may also cause worries about U.S. debt. So we won't short gold. Instead, we watch if the gold can hold around 3,020, and in 1 month's target, we will see the gold price may reach to 3,700.
Yeah, I noticed ANZ, Peter, saying 3,800 potentially. Let's look, when you talk about the safe havens and, of course, that horrible news about what happened in Utah, what's happening with the Japanese yen?
Recently, another trend with high win rate is going to long US dollar yen. Even so, we are bearish on US dollar in long term, but in short term, if the inflation data goes higher because of tariff, the dollar will also rebound and cover last week's big losses. Higher inflation will also push US bond yield goes up. That will widen the US-Japan interest rate gap. In such case, the yen often falls the most among major currencies. On the other hand, Japan Prime Minister Ishiba just resigned because of the party splits. The next Prime Minister may have to accept the opposition demands, which may increase fiscal easing. This may also cause market questioning the credit of the yen, since Japan has already got the highest debt-to-GDP ratio around 215%. So the yen is likely to be very volatile in short term, and I would rather to short yen in short term. In conclusion, we will use a wide range book strategy on dollar yen, selling high and buying low. The strong support will be 146.8 to 147, and we are looking forward to long it until it reaches to 148. If the U.S. inflation goes above 3.1%, then we will long dollar yen until it gets to the recent high of 148.8.
And I guess we're looking as well closely at what's happening with the euro, Peter, particularly ahead of the ECB decision.
Yeah, the euro dollar will mainly depend on the inflation data tonight. If the U.S. inflation is higher than expected, the dollar will rise, and at the same time, higher U.S. bond yield will push European bond yield higher, which may cause worries about European debt sustainability. In this case, euro dollar may break below 1.17 level and keep fast falling. The target in short term is the trend line at 1.165. However, in long run, we still stay bullish on euro dollar. On the other side, if U.S. inflation is lower than expected, worries about European debt will ease. The euro dollar may rise from 1.17 and go up to 1.173 or even higher, but the upward momentum will be slower than the downward momentum. This means long position need to hold for more time or take profits in parts.
And Peter, of course, we're continuing to watch this rally coming through in tech shares. I mean, I mentioned Oracle, that was an extraordinary move, but all of this sending the NASDAQ to yet further records.
So the U.S. stock market will also be driven by tonight's inflation data. Earlier, we have seen a weak non-farm payroll and like 910,000 benchmark revision, but the Nasdaq still make new highs. The reason behind that is that the market believes the Fed will cut interest rate to support the economy, which will benefit the rate-sensitive tech stocks. But the problem is also the inflation. If the job is weak and the inflation is high, which means stage inflation, in that case, tech stocks may perform the worst. So tonight's data will be very important. In history, if inflation is higher than expected, the Nasdaq 100 index has 80% of the chance of falling. So if from the technical side, if the index tonight break below like 23,800, it may fall sharply. And the short-term target is 23,700 and 500. This is not advised to open long position at these levels. Better to wait until the price stabilizes.
All right, Peter, always appreciate your insights. Thanks so much, Peter Pound there from ACY Securities. That does it for this edition of The Trade. Be sure to join us next time.